So bringing it into the now, what's the latest and greatest for you, the project, or, you know, where's your focus?
Well, like I tell my audiences now, because I'm touring. I just got back from Texas 2 days ago, and
you are
2 years and another year to go on this World Tour 3. My end results, and I believe this would serve everyone, are generally stated. You know, wealth and abundance, creative, fulfilling work, international travel, friends and laughter.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know, and that's what they've been for about 11 years now. And how I get there and what I do, whether I write another word or not, whether I speak anymore or not. If I'm happy, spiritually fulfilled, traveling internationally with friends and laughter, I don't care. I know the universe, my greater self, will figure out the hows. So I do have sticks in the fire, and there could be a TV sitcom. There could be a PBS special. There could be a number of other things that are happening that are possible right now, but none of which do I attach to. And I'm just going to sit back and continue to insist upon those 4 general categories.
That ties in with something that I've just remembered. I didn't know where I got this from, right? And I was standing in your hallway the other day, spiritual, international, happy, spiritual, international millionaire. And I was like, he's got my affirmation on the wall. And I was like, it's totally his.
I shared that probably in Brisbane.
It really took my breath away. I was like, it's like, oh, like, because, you know, you have you churn on so much material, and I forget where it all comes from now. I just integrate it, you know. And that was really funny.
I'm honored.
It was a painting, wasn't it, that Andy did?
Yeah, Andy did it for me because he knew those were 4 words that I shared, I think, in Infinite Possibilities and in Leveraging the Universe. They were a mantra of mine. Again, very general. And allowing the universe virtually infinite latitude to find the shortest, quickest way to bring me these things that were my priorities.
That's cool. Now that you really know that your thoughts become things, you really, 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 really know that. Are you finding that your imagination is expanding? Are you essentially desiring, as far as it become being Mike Dooley, time and space, flesh and blood, are you desiring slightly crazier stuff just for a buzz?
You know, I haven't been, and I almost feel like, you know, maybe I should, but you know, there's another layer to reality that comes hand in hand with the realization that we are creators. You know, it's not just about, oh, I'm a matter manipulator, a natural born creator. How much can I deliberately draw into my life? It's an option. You can do it from now to the rest of your days, create more and more and more toys. But, you know, how far is that going to go? The other layer, the tandem sister that we all share in our journeys, is just the adventure. And the adventure is made up of emotions. As we fleetingly believe in the illusions and the lies of have and have not, here versus there, now versus then, none of which are real, but all of which make the stage possible, all of which instill within us desires. We are left always feeling divinely incomplete. And this is one of our greatest gifts, because we always seek to become more complete. And when we fill in that rough area or smooth out the patch, then we become aware of something else, and we expand forever because of it. And so that's how the journeys and the adventures are all born, through these desires to become more complete. And invariably, without exception, there will be the others drawn onto our path with complementary objectives. Nemesis or bad guys will be drawn onto our path for our fears and limiting thoughts, all of which will reveal what we are thinking and how we can move forward towards completeness. So the other tandem part of the equation of living in the jungles of time and space, besides being a deliberate creator, is just the adventure of emotion. These emotions are priceless, and that we could not have them if we didn't fleetingly believe in these illusions. So you asked, do I think really really out there thoughts? It's like, well, I do, but I also see that understanding and getting along with those in my life, whether they're neighbors or family or loved ones, is a beautiful challenge. giving back is beautiful, and those things become priorities as much as deliberately, manifesting my next car or whatever. In fact, they have a higher priority.
Of course.
Although we all need to kind of get our backs away from the wall with scarcity. Once you can grease the wheels with money, so to speak, then you can really focus on the emotional adventure.
I've got this cool poster from NOWISM. It says, evacuating scarcity.
Oh gosh, you are so creative.
I love it. Makes me laugh. So conscious participation of the present moment is what NOWISM is all about. Do you want to comment on like that conscious, how many times do you do that whole, now, like you being really deliberately here now?
I think having met you, I think of it more. But normally, I think I'm just kind of surfing on that moment, as we all are, and learning how to negotiate the future without leaving the present. And so that perhaps is a fleeting thought more and more. It's okay to visualize tomorrow. You're doing it now. And then you can enjoy the process. So it's a funny thing. I'm looking forward to your books.
Yeah, cool. It's the key. Like I have a lot of people ask me, how can I, prepare for stuff yet still be present?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, but it's the way that you contaminate your now. If you're using the projection, but you're doing it in a really positive, fulfilling way, and seeing it really whole in your now, then that's a really great way to see your future and to project.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I love the now because it's this reoccurring fresh slate, and it's all you need. It's really amazing. I feel like we've got a lot in common because you're speaking on behalf of the universe, which is space, and I'm speaking on behalf of the present moment, which is time. So together, time and space.
My sister, my other half.
I love it. We could trade. I could give you some time. You give me space.
Oh,
see you later.
Deal.
Funny. We have a consciousness campaign arising in Australia and now worldwide. And it gives me great pleasure to actually award you with the very first NOWISM award ever.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
I should, because it's true. One conscious thought offsets 10,000 unconscious emissions. You covered this really early on in our talk today. You said that one positive thought, it cancels out everything negative. And so as we look at the world today, literally as more of us start to wake up, the tipping point of what's happening here is really, it's starting to happen, and it's an exciting time. The key to the campaign, though, is that one of your own conscious thoughts offsets your own unconscious emissions too. So, on behalf of the present moment,
wow!
Thanks for filling it up consciously.
I'm very honored.
You are
this
the first.
Is beautiful, and wow! This shall find a place that I will prize here in my office forevermore. And you need to sign it for me, okay?
Okay, let's do that.
Thank you very much.
You say it short and sharp. Not many people have really stripped it down to thoughts become things. We should change your curry of evolution. No, it's working for you. Thoughts become things. Really, it's such a pleasure to be here. And a part of me feels like I should be surprised, and I'm not. Because, back in that day when I literally gate-crashed your seminar, no ticket, no cash, rocked up with a guitar, some jewellery, and a really big bag of positive expectation, I knew, something inside me just knew that I would get to trade my nows with you eventually. And you've really had a much bigger influence on me than what I can really tell you. Wow. A daily influence. Mike, for years.
I am very honored, and I do remember that time when our paths crossed in Brisbane, Australia. Oh, it must have been 2 to 3 years ago, and how serendipitous and magical that we're doing this again. And I totally agree. We have a lot in common. I remember starting the Adventurers Club for the Adventure of Life, which is now the home base of tut.com, and from which everything I do is made possible. And I see you embarking upon NOWISM with all the bells and whistles and more than I could even imagine. And your success is inevitable, and I'm glad to get to witness it from Ground zero.
Yeah, man.
Which is 2 years ago, and now look how far you've come.
Oh wow! You know, it's a pleasure, and it's been nice to hang out with your family too. You know, like you come from a really amazing group of deliberate creators. You know, they all get it, and it's great to sit amongst masters. You know, it's cool. So blessings. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for making this possible.
Yeah.
Tally ho.
Mike Dooley. Yeah.
Oh, it's on pause.
It was a possibility. No. All right. Wow. Thanks.
Well,
Mike.
this is beautiful.
Oh.
I like this.
Yeah, it's cool. Hey.
Yeah.